Hello, hello, hello. It is the rainiest day in Minnesota right now. I am sitting here waiting for Sawyer to get off the bus. I'm going to probably drive and meet him at the bus stop because it's pouring and watching the rain. It's very gray. Happy Valentine's Day. I know that's not really a big holiday for most people, but I will tell you, with the amount of stuff we had to do for our kids, it's a pretty memorable day. Also, did anyone realize that Target put their Valentine stuff away like last Wednesday? They switched it out for Easter. I lucked out and ordered Valentines for I guess for all the kids. I ordered, hi Leanne, hi Lori. I ordered them from Amazon. And I did that because I wanted a train thing and I wanted a dinosaur thing. I guess I also wanted a hockey thing too. So I ordered the 3 Valentines and I was so lucky. But I didn't get the candy to put with it. So I don't know if this is like a Midwest thing, but here, our schools, the kids make little Valentine's boxes. Think of like a shoe box. Sawyer did a hockey one and Harvey did a jungle one. And then they set them out, and on Valentine's Day, every kid from the class puts a Valentine in everyone's box. And when I've been sharing that, people were like, I've never heard of Valentine's boxes. So I don't know if that's a Midwest thing. Do you guys have that where you are? I remember it from elementary school. I loved it. Oh, you were hoping you'd get a Valentine from your crush. Oh my goodness. Granted, I was a little bit older. So I had the Valentines, but I didn't have the candy. So I went to Target last week. I just saw Robin commented, and all the Valentine stuff was being switched over to the Easter stuff. They didn't even have any Valentines left. Candy was like, and we can't get peanuts or chocolate. So I was like, oh no. But there is a hidden gem for anyone local. Walgreens. Do you guys have Walgreens where you are? They always have stuff like that right until the end. So I actually get my Easter stuff at Walgreens. I get my Valentine stuff, and I get my stocking stuffers at Walgreens. And no one ever goes there. It's like a hidden mecca. And they have like unique stuff. Like Sawyer really likes gummy candy. I don't know if that's just him or 4th graders in general. But they had like Lunchable gummy things. They had gummy burgers, gummy pizzas. So I got him that. Sawyer or Harbor is straight chocolate. He will probably actually turn into a chocolate at some point. And then Cooper's not really a candy guy. So Jamie went to Savers. Do you guys have Savers? I'm like plugging every store today. Savers is like a Goodwill. And Jamie went there yesterday because I couldn't make it, and bought Cooper 10 used Dora DVDs. That's what he wants. That's what he loves. Why force something that he doesn't care about? And we didn't actually get anything really for little Winnie. She doesn't care, and she's still little, so she just, stole some candy from her brothers. And then we did Valentine's last night. It's kind of funny. I did like these little Lego kits. They came in like little hearts. Never heard of that on the East Coast. We do have a Dollar Tree, yes. So I got, we put together, Harbor brought these little Lego things today. Sawyer did hockey Valentines. And then, the unique thing about Cooper, I talked about this in my story a little bit. He doesn't care about things like Valentine's. And in some ways, that's awesome. He doesn't care. There are some moments where I'm like, it'd be fun to put these together for your buddies. I can fully admit that. I'm very lucky that I have 3 other kids that we spent all night putting Valentines together. And again this morning. I very much encourage Cooper to do things. So, but there's things that just don't register as important. So like, I like him to help carve pumpkins. I like him to dye 1 Easter egg. I like him to open presents for Christmas, help us bake. But he doesn't care at all about Valentine's. I mean, doesn't even register. He doesn't care about the cards. No, Lori, no, he doesn't. So I put them together for him because they exchanged. He has 4. So the way Cooper's school works, there's the autism room, and then there is the DD room, which is developmentally delayed. So they have an open door. So the kids go back and forth together, which I absolutely adore. That's how he's met his friend Peyton, his friend Dexter. And those kids are verbal. So all the kids in Cooper's class are nonverbal. And I love, love, love that they're with these kids that are verbal and they're, doing things together. Like, for example, Cooper's going on a field trip on Thursday and his buddies, Peyton and Dexter, are coming. And we saw Dexter last night at music and he's like, I'll take care of Cooper. I was like, yes. But so I put the Valentines together and I'm sure, we're all allowed to have different feelings about this. I think that's part of being grown up. But I want him to be included. So for 12 years, I have put Valentines together for him and he brings them. So then when he got home today, he came up in the rain, which he did not like. And I was like, buddy, did you get Valentines? And he's like, yeah. I was like, do you want to show me? And he's like, no, this is no. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I told him, like, I have a present for you. And he was like, oh. So he searched the house. And I'm like, we have to wait until brothers get home. So we'll do that later. Hi, Annette. Hi, Megan. So that's done. But there was lots of other things too. Like, and back to that really quickly. I just want to touch on that. Don't let anyone ever, even like, especially in the world of the internet, make you feel bad if you want to do things for your kids. Take it from someone who's heard it all. I want Cooper to be included. Hi, John. Hi, John. So, when it's dress up day, Cooper dresses up too, unless it affects him sensory-wise, but we haven't had that happen. He gets a Halloween costume. He trick-or-treats. I think that my father-in-law has a famous saying. There's a swear in here, so earmuff it. Maybe I won't swear because I have a hard and fast rule. But life's about doing stuff. And it's true. So I include Cooper. Also, there's one other reason why I do that, and this might be important for parents that only have one kid and or may be planning on having more. I want Cooper's siblings to see. Oh, Debbie, yeah. The cards are for the family. Thank you, Megan. I'm so glad you read it. Oh, yay. I love hearing things about my book. You guys writing a book was a pretty big deal for me, so thank you. I want Cooper's siblings to know that he's part of this family. So if, 2 kids get Valentines, all the kids get Valentines. If 2 want a pumpkin, I'll get a pumpkin. It's very important that they know that he is included and he's a valuable part of this family. So that's one other reason that I do that. There was something else I was going to say. One of the teachers commented, this could be another thing that's just me. So again, coming from a vulnerable heart, agree to disagree. I like getting art projects home from Cooper. So I have a really powerful story in my book about picking Cooper up when he was 2 from daycare. And all the kids ran out with their art projects for their mom for whatever. I can't remember if it was Mother's Day or what it was. I think it was Mother's Day. And Cooper didn't have one. And the daycare lady said to me, well, I wasn't going to do it for him. he was 2. I'm not sure how many, really gung-ho project creators there are at age 2, considering that I have. Thank you, Jackie. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful compliment. Thank you. How many like really die hard. I have a 1-year-old, almost 2, and a 4-year-old, and I'll tell you, Winnie needs a lot of help to do her art projects. But it crushed me. I was a first-time mom, my only son, and if you want to laugh at me or say I'm silly, watching all those other parents get the handprint and I didn't have one, I was so hurt. So whether it's silly or not, I love the snowman that came home in Cooper's bag for the Christmas gift. Whether he did every cut and brush stroke, I liked it. I liked it. I think stuff is allowed to matter. I feel like this thing in the special needs world is like everyone's trying to harden us. Like you shouldn't be sad, or you shouldn't be angry, or you shouldn't feel this. And it's like, well, we're not robots. We are human beings, right? And sometimes things hurt, and we can say that things hurt. It's my opinion, but you guys, it's taken me a lot of time to be brave enough to say that, because I've lived in a world for a long time where I would share things and people would tell me just to be quiet. And it's like, I started to feel like I wasn't human. I went numb, right? Ooh, 2 Flanagans at one time. But I went numb. I did. I went numb for a lot of years. I think I said in my book, I turned invisible because I wasn't allowed to feel. Oh, can you hear Cooper? He's watching Hobart and Cosmo. Okay, let's talk about our zoo trip yesterday, because I think this is a really important topic. And if I can educate one person out there, I don't care who it is, I think it's important. So I have 4 kids. Cooper is 12. He is my oldest. He has, whether you believe in diagnoses or not, he has severe level 3 nonverbal autism. That's his diagnosis. I have Sawyer, who's 10. So those two grew up side by side. They've always been, right there together. My husband and I got divorced. Got remarried to each other. Crazy. And had 2 more kids. So my kids are 12 and 10 and 4 and 1. And Jamie jokes lovingly that we would be moving into vacation land if we didn't have these two younger kids. But I think it's a blessing, because I love babies and I would have 5 million more if I could. So I'm just too old. Hi, Cassie. So what we learned early on is having 4 kids is a lot. It's a lot. I think even if you removed neurological disability, if you just have 4 neurotypical kids. And I can say that because we have really good friends that have 4 kids. 2 are in hockey, 1's in dance, 3 are in baseball, there's soccer, there's Boy Scouts. And we see our neurotypical selves in them, because they're always splitting up to bring kids places. They need help from us, we need help from them. It's been a wonderful arrangement. So can you pick up Sawyer and bring him to hockey? We have music, we have Harvey has ninja class, whatever. That is something I didn't realize, is that when you're only 2 people and you have 4 kids, you're running. If you choose to be those kinds of parents, and we really do. My husband really values sports. I do too. Maybe for the same reasons, but I really want my kids in things. I guess I'll say, I grew up in Wisconsin, in the country, and like, if you weren't in things, you were sitting home in the woods by yourself. Like, not lying. Watching Price is Right. You have to get and do things. So we have, one of the things that we take very seriously as parents is getting our kids involved. And that's all of our kids. So Cooper, yeah, he has nonverbal autism. He rides horses. He's in Miracle League Baseball. He's in music exploration class, right? That's stuff. Sawyer is in a couple of hockey leagues. He's in baseball. Harbor is 4, so he's still a little peanut, but he did hockey and did not like it. Not ready. So we took a pause on that, and now we're gonna probably do T-ball. And I really want to get him in a ninja class. And the baby, she's not anything yet. She's just a baby. So to add in, so that's just the family of 6 dynamic, right? 2 parents to 4 kids. But when you add in a child who has limitations, and Cooper does, right? So he can't sit at a hockey rink yet. He just cannot. We're working towards it, guys. We're practicing sitting, we're practicing walking, we're practicing wearing headphones. My husband and I are working our butts off to prepare him, to help him. He's not there yet. Made huge progress though. He can't go to a baseball field yet. He has a desire to run onto the middle of the field and roll in the dirt. Well, we're not gonna do that yet. We're not there. He can't just go into any store. He really, truly can't. We have one grocery store we can go to and we are rocking it, right? We go every Monday night. We went last night. But it's quiet and it's small. And they're starting to know us there. We should probably branch out and try another store, but I'm just relishing in the fact that we have one that we can go to. He did something huge last night. He picked out, he walked down an aisle by himself and he picked out granola bars and he grabbed 2 boxes. And I was like, oh no, only one. And he put one back and came back to the cart. I was like, be still my heart. You're amazing. So we have limitations that maybe your family doesn't have. Another thing that's hard for our family is we have 2 little kids. We have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. And 4-year-olds and 1-year-olds are insane. They run. They never stop moving. They're busy. They're loud. And Cooper in the community needs 1-to-1. So that's really important to know. That I think if you don't have a child with a disability in your family, listen to this part if you want to learn. I see moms at Target with 6 kids walking in a line and I am like, hats off, because you are amazing. It's not like that for us. Cooper's a runner. He's a seeker. He's moving nonstop. He's learning. Huge progress. He's got a long ways to go. So when we're in the community, Cooper needs 1-to-1. Now, to show you progress, there are times when he needs 2-to-1. So what does that mean? That means if we're in a really busy, stressful place, both my husband and I will take him. Let's just say one person has to talk to the doctor. One person sits with Cooper, right? Now, again, let's go back. 2 adults, 4 kids. So it's hard for us to go out as a family of 6. It's something that I struggle with. It's something that makes us sad, makes us a little angry that it's not easy, that we can't. We're a little jealous of families that can just do it. Okay, there's the vulnerable heart stuff. I see families fly into Disney and I wish we could. And this is why we're working our butts off to teach him and help him and keep him learning and move towards independence. But we also have 3 other kids, right? So we decided a couple years ago that we were going to give each of our children individual time. It's another one of those things that we really agreed on. So it doesn't happen every week, although I would say for Sawyer it does because he has hockey. So every week he gets to go once a week with a parent. But on Sunday, we have Monster Jam tickets. That is Harbor's thing. So we're going to Monster Jam. On Sawyer's birthday in January, we went to Hibachi and to a movie. And yesterday, I took Cooper to the zoo. And I probably had 5 or 6 comments, probably 10 or 12 to be honest, that were like, why didn't you take the other kids? Well, friend, lots of reasons. I really wanted to spend the day with Cooper. Just like sometimes I really want to spend some time with Harbor or Sawyer or Winnie. I feel stretched so thin. I did not know how thin you could feel. Well, not physically. Let's just say emotionally, mentally. But over the weekend, there were some really awful comments made online about Cooper. I shared it. People called him the R word. They called him FAT. They called him lots of things. And it made me feel like the climb to autism acceptance is way higher than I thought it was going to be. Like I was like, we're moving the needle. We're getting there. We're making a better world for these individuals. And I just saw all this nastiness in it. I decided to keep Cooper home from school. Yep, I did. I kept him home on Monday and we went to the Minnesota Zoo. And I will tell you, it was the best day because the progress that I saw it before my eyes, the progress that he has made. You know, I don't share a lot anymore. If you look back in my videos, you'll know more, but we had years, you guys, when we couldn't safely ride in a car. Cooper would kick the window so hard, he would beat his head on the window. He would rock the car. He would open the doors. He would unbuckle his seatbelt. He would run. He would try to get into traffic. Imagine that stress on a family. So yesterday, we drove to the zoo. We walked in the parking lot. He waited while I paid. We went to the dolphin show. And let me tell you this. He waited 15 minutes for the show to start. Yes, we sat in the ADA seating. We sat up top on chairs. He moved around. He sat in the staircase for a while. He watched my phone. He came back. So we got up there at 1:12. Trust me, I'm an autism mom, so I watched the time. Because I was like, I said to myself internally, we're never going to make it till 1:30. Like we came up too early. Like I was like kind of mad at myself because I'm like, he won't make it this long. The show started at 1:35. He made it till 1:50. He watched the show from 1:35 to 1:50. Yes, he showed me a picture of a gorilla 45 times because he wanted to see a gorilla, which is not at the Minnesota Zoo. He did it. I know that sounds so minute. I know there were 500 people sitting in the bleachers that were all sitting fine and none of them had a problem. It's a mountain, you guys. It's our Everest. We left there and people actually high-fived us. They were like, amazing job, buddy. Went to the Tropics Trail. It's like this rainforest thing. He walked through the whole thing. We talked about each animal. He kept asking for gorillas. And I'm like, how do I tell him that they're not here? We kept going. We used public restrooms, and I'm not going to go into that, but that's a really huge thing, just so you know. Really, really huge thing. And he let me get a pop, which means he had to stand and wait, right? He had to be calm body while I bought it. To put it into context, when Cooper was 4, I had to wear tennis shoes and have a backpack because I couldn't have anything in my hands like a purse. I could never have a drink because my hands had to be free to run. We moseyed. Then we went to the Minnesota Trail and we saw the wolves, the porcupines, the otters. So then we get to the end of that, right? And he shows me the video again of Elmo watching the gorillas. So I was like, bud, I'm really sure that those gorillas are sleeping because it's so cold out. I don't think they like the cold. And he was like, ooh, 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 I mean, that's how he communicates, right? He was made a gorilla sound. And I was like, maybe that's a monkey sound. Sorry if I was ignorant. I don't know my animal sounds. But he was like making that sound. So I once again, I was like, okay, we have a choice. I know there's gorillas at the other zoo, but I think these ones are sleeping. Should we go home, or should we stay and walk more? He looks at me and he's like, home. And I was like, okay. And I said, so I have a supporter page and I talk a lot. I do a lot of these videos and really just kind of break down these scenarios. So if you want to come join that, please do. Click the blue Become a Supporter button. I did a video earlier about how even leaving the zoo, I actually teared up at one point because I was like, you did this. Well, leaving the zoo, our Minnesota Zoo is really big. It's kind of like expansive, it's large, and like you have to kind of tunnel it out, go through different ways. And this is going to be another thing. If you can relate to this, please give a hands up or a yes. We had years where if he wanted to go one way, we had to go. Now you could say it's bad parenting or lazy parenting, whatever, but he would get so focused on going one way, right? So last night there was like 2 doors, a door to go outside, a door to go to the exit. And he started walking towards this way. It was more inviting, right? Look, it was kind of colorful. And I was like, if we want to be all done and go home, we have to go that way. He looked at me, smiled, and off he went. And I was like, oh. You guys, it was monumental. He took a little snooze on the ride home. Came home last night. We went to music class, the grocery store. This is all brand new for us. This is brand new. It's brand new. And so I get all these comments that are like, and I want to explain. I really, really, really want to explain this so people can understand. Why didn't you bring your other kids? Well, one, I wanted to spend some time with Cooper. I did. My other kids do a lot of stuff outside of our home. I spend a lot of time with all the kids together, and I wanted to bring Cooper somewhere and have a success, and it was wonderful. The second one, and this is kind of like what's like forgotten, I think, is that my kids are humans. Sawyer is 10. He doesn't want to go to train stations anymore. He does not want to ride an Amtrak train. If we go on an Amtrak train, Sawyer's not coming. Cooper does not want to go to a hockey game. I think people forget that our kids are like individual humans. So Sawyer, they didn't want to go yesterday. They had something fun at school, and it's like they have different interests. And then the last one is my other kids are really fast. Sawyer does everything fast. Harbor is fast. They're like roamers. They never really stop. Cooper doesn't move like that. Cooper kind of wanders and he moseys and he touches. So like we'll go somewhere and he'll touch different things. He may sit, he may lay. He may spend time doing something that wouldn't even make sense to me or you. Let's say he sees pretty, here's one. There was a tile picture. It was like tiles like this big, and it was whales and dolphins. He sat and probably touched that for maybe 2 minutes and like touched. If we had 3 other kids, we wouldn't be able to do that. Cheryl, I don't think she meant anything by the question either. I'm just explaining it. I think it's a really valid question, and I think it's important to understand and learn. That's how we know more. So, what's so wonderful is he gets to stop and touch and feel. If we have 3 other kids, we're moving, we're going fast. The impression that I get doing what I do and sharing our life online, is the little bits that I share, is that people think our other kids are neglected. That's another really common thing. Like, they think that our other kids don't get our time. And while that may be true for families in different scenarios and situations, meaning when Cooper was little, he took up a lot of our time. A lot. He was, unsafe, and he needed a lot more than our other kids did. Now, Cooper is 12. He's a tween. He's up in his room right now watching Hobart and Cosmo. He'll come down a little bit and have a snack. He's just doing his own thing. Our other kids, Sawyer has to go to sports. The, babies. So please know that when you see a 3-minute video, it's like, there was a funny comment the other day. It's like, do you spend any time with your other kids? Well, the other 23 hours and 57 minutes of the day, I do manage to see them. Oh, Teresa, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, our kids really love one-on-one time. They really... Where did I bring Harper? Oh, I brought Harper to a birthday party on Sunday. Winnie came with to that too, though. But that was perfect because she got to run around like a wild older kid. I've noticed that Winnie and Harbor, our two littlest, spend a lot. I think they're going to be really close. They play a lot. Kelly, our zoo does, and Cooper loves the statues. Is that why they have them? So many? Is that why? Yes, Cooper loves them. In my video yesterday, he goes right to the buffalo, and then the wolf, the tortoise. He loves the statues. Winnie is so demanding. Amber, I agree with that completely. She gives aggressive hugs. So I hope that educated somebody. If you're autism adjacent or special needs adjacent and you have, yes, Diana, yes, that's true. And you wonder, first, that family's doing the best they can. B, none of us know what we're doing. We're trying. It's so hard to, feel judgment, and it cuts my heart a little time when people are like, do you spend time with the other kids too? It's like, come on, people. There's a quote that I just love, and it's like, it's something like, oh, what is it? But it has to do with like our own insecurities and how that's where we feel the most judgment. And I'll admit, I just worry that I'm doing enough for all the kids. I don't know how people do 6 kids or 8 kids or my goodness gracious. 3 kids was one thing, but when we added in the 4th, that was really a game changer for us. We were really stretched then. Still trying to get our bearings. She's gonna be 2. Yeah. So tonight we're gonna cook dinner. We don't go out for Valentine's Day. We're gonna cook. We're gonna have steak and lobster. Sawyer's very excited to try it. No, Cooper will not eat that. Harbor got a new Dino Smasher egg, which is the worst toy ever, you guys. It has slime in it. They're awful, but it was like he was just the one thing he wanted, so I did it. I'm gonna pay the price. We're gonna do that after school. I'm sure we'll have a movie night. And then Sawyer has a hockey game on Wednesday. We have hockey all weekend. We're going to Monster Jam. There's no school Monday. Monday is Sawyer's birthday party. We rented out an ice rink. So we're inviting his pals to come ice skate. And so that's an example. Cooper doesn't skate. He doesn't like to be cold. He does not want to go. So we have to have a babysitter for Cooper, so we can bring Sawyer to his birthday party. And why would we force Cooper to go do something he would absolutely hate? Like, that's just not us. But I guarantee one person will say. Megan, Cooper does not like kinetic sand, but Harbor does. So we have a bin of kinetic sand and a bin of Play-Doh that we do all the time, me and Harbor. And then this is our living room. This is Duplos. For anyone that doesn't have Duplo blocks, you have to get them, because this is played with all day when the kids are here. Those are our three things. And my husband does not like messes. Duplos, kinetic sand, Play-Doh. No slime. Hi, Jenny Gibson. At what age did you start using sign with Cooper? Sign language. We started with baby sign, but for him, sign language really plateaued because his fingers couldn't do the different things. He also didn't really have a desire to communicate. So he learned more yes, no, thank you, all done, and help. And that's where he stopped. He still uses those signs today. Okay, I'm gonna get going. So 2 things for anyone that wants more of our family. Here is our book. It's on Amazon. It's actually buy one, get one half off. So if you want to buy one for $13, you can get one for $7, and you can gift it to somebody. But it's all about our marriage. So speaking of Valentine's Day, Love Day, a lot of marriage, a lot of divorce, a lot of marriage. Grab this. It's on Amazon. It's called Forever Boy. And then second, everyone that you see that has the little teal badge by their name, they are part of my subscriber group. Come join us. I do a live over there every single day and do videos like this one, because I don't do these like this a lot out over here, just because I feel vulnerable and sometimes I feel like scared. So come join. All you have to do is, when we're done with this, go to my Facebook page, Finding Cooper's Voice, and click on the blue Become a Supporter button. We'd love to have you over there. Okay,